Welcome. Hi. welcome. Well, I'm excited. So it is Monday today, okay? It's a moon day. So I believe it's the eighth moon day actually, which is let's get on to it. Let's see what the eighth moon day is saying. Okay. So the eighth moon day. Oh, it's the ninth lunar day, actually. Okay, so you should be on guard. The day may turn out to be difficult and stressful. You should not be overconfident. It is better to temper your ambitions, which may be provoked by the moon in Taurus. Be choosy about food, work, and socializing with others. Don't take on too much. Don't. Hey, be pesticide. I was just going over. I have an app. It's like a moon app. So it tells me which phase the moon is in because the moon affects us, especially women, because we're very in tune with the moon through our menstrual cycle. So, yeah, that is what's happening today. So, be careful. I find, that it's always scarily accurate. Yesterday was the seventh lunar day. So, the seventh lunar day, I'm an artist. Do you want to see my drawings? Yeah, but you can't send your drawings in, right? How can you? You can't send me. Sure, I don't know. You can email them to me if you want. Let me know, and I'll give you my email. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Let me just check. Okay. Instagram. Yeah, sure. My Instagram is Scorpio Sage 8. Instagram. Yeah, sure. My okay, Instagram perfect. Is working. Perfection. So yeah, I just had my satsang on Sunday, and there were so many things that we spoke about that I feel that I should share with everybody here. Loads of things. For example, the theme of Sunday's satsang was enlightenment. Your account is Bharat. 2010. Okay, just do this. You just send them to me. Okay, my Instagram account is Scorpio Sage 8. So you just forward them to me and I'll see them. I love that you're being creative. It's one of the things we discussed actually. Enlightenment. There's so much to it, right? Hi. Oh, my parcel's coming. So yeah, enlightenment. When I was studying or researching what enlightenment is, it was funny because one of the videos said that yeah, Vaibhav, we missed you. We spoke about enlightenment. Hey, could you follow me so I can that's sweet. Okay, you know what? Let me follow you. What do you post about? What are you gonna stream about? Let's see. Art Z NATO. NATO? You create art. Okay, cool. Sure. Subscribed. There we go. Boom. That's my saver done for the day. Okay, yes. So let me get into it. Okay. We were speaking about enlightenment in my satsang. And one of the things that came up was that I realized I hadn't really given it too much thought. And I always thought that enlightenment was something that was out of reach. Greg was in the satsang, so I explained to Greg how I thought that enlightenment was the peak of the mountain, so to speak, in terms of the spiritual journey that we take as human beings, right? Because the individuals who are enlightened are the role models. They're teaching us, I guess, the best perspective to have, because they are, like I said, they're at the peak of the mountain, so they have the best vantage point. They can see everything, right? Oh no, I'm traveling again, not getting enough mental. Oh, no worries, Vaibhav. You turn up whenever you feel that it is best to do so. But yeah, it feels like it's the top of the mountain, and it feels like you're just looking up and you're thinking, how do I even get there? Like, what does this even look like? Does this state of enlightenment look really different to how I am now. And one of the things that I asked, so I got into a conversation with ChatGPT, and I said to ChatGPT, I said, okay, so if enlightenment is being aware of oneness, right? There is a destruction of the illusion of the self, of a separate self, right? So you no longer see me as separate. You see me as you, because you no longer identify with your mind and your body only. You identify as source, as the absolute. So everywhere you look, you'll see, oh, okay, that's just me. That's just me. Like, for example, right now, everybody in the comments, everybody on this live, you're just me. You're just an aspect of my consciousness being reflected back to me. And there's something that I can experience here. There's something I can learn here. There's fun to be had. There's play, right? So, let me get the notes out actually. So one of the things that I learned that I loved when I was learning about enlightenment is that enlightenment is the stage at which you stop being a seeker. If you're usually here, you may be a spiritual seeker, right? You're attracted to this life for a particular reason. You like the things that are discussed here. You may be someone who reads up on spiritual things, you read books, you watch podcasts, you attend lives, you attend satsangs, like the one I have on Sundays, to discuss spiritual aspects, spiritual concepts. And hey, Neo Anderson, our brain is like a writable hard disk. That's how nature built it, so life can thrive. So it's always, you can believe anything unless it makes no sense. Okay, so when people usually go through a spiritual awakening, one thing that happens, and I'll speak from experience, okay? I won't even go far into other people because I'm the only thing that exists, right? So, okay, my personal experience. When I had my spiritual awakening, what did I do? I dove head deep. I dove deep into spiritual knowledge. I was watching everything and anything to do with spirituality. I was reading anything and everything. I was discussing it everywhere because I became a seeker. I was hungry. I had a ravenous appetite to find out more about spirituality. What is this thing that has just created such a huge earthquake in my life? And how can I incorporate this? Because it feels true to me. What can I do? Oh, okay. It seems that I need to heal this. I need to fix this. Maybe I should wake up at 5 a.m. Maybe I should meditate more. Maybe I should do pranayama. Maybe I should do yoga. Maybe I should work out more. Maybe I should read this book. Does that make sense? So we become very like, I wanna do more. I wanna do more. And I know that was true for me. I would read, and I'm not trying to show off here. Maybe I don't know. It could be my spiritual ego. But I would read. I got to the point where I was finding so many different books all the time that I wouldn't even finish one book before I would be reading another book about spirituality. And another book and another book. So I would have about 5 books open that I'd be reading at the same time because I was so hungry and I was being so led by my curiosity, and I felt almost that there was a destination. I think that's what it can feel like a little bit, that there's a destination far out in the future and you're here, and that you need to get there because here are the enlightened people, and how we're gonna get there. What do I have to do? So it's a state of, I have to be doing, and then the spiritual ego develops, like I was just discussing, how this spiritual ego is more dangerous than the normal ego. What is the topic? The topic is enlightenment. Just something casual. So what is it you're learning? Could you share with us in short? In short, that's not really my style, that's not really my style. I want to explain it fully, So, what happened was, what happens is when you reach enlightenment, the seeking stops. You realize there is nowhere else to be because everything is already that. So, what happens, like, what is the state of enlightenment, okay? What awakens within you? So, the belief that the I am body, I am mind collapses. So you no longer attach yourself to the body or to the mind. Think about it this way, okay? Most of your thoughts and most of your sentences include I, right? I am this, I am that, I am this, I feel this, I go there, I do this, I am here, I was doing, I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm healthy, I'm unhappy, I'm annoyed, I want to go there, I want to do this. What are they thinking about me? What are they saying about me? What happened yesterday regarding me? Everything is about this self, right? And what happens when there is enlightenment? You realize that there is no self, there is no center point, because consciousness is non-localized. I don't have my board. Okay, give me a second, I'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna go get my whiteboard so I can explain this. I feel like it's one of those things that Carlos is coming out with all the jokes. Cute. Cute. I don't know, Carlos. Why are you here? Bonjour, Paul. Paul? Sorry. Hi, Mona. Welcome. We are talking about consciousness. Am I Telugu? I'm consciousness. I'm loving awareness. That's what I am. Bye, Carlos. Okay, so, right. We're talking about enlightenment. We're talking about consciousness. We're talking about who you really are. So, yeah, I'm nothing. Life ain't. All right. Okay. So, this is someone. Let's just say. Okay, we could just say it's me. Why is this pen on? Knock us away. Okay. Right. So, everything in your life. This is you. Okay. This is you, or pretend it's a boy, or whatever it is. Okay, let's not get too complicated. Let's not get too much into it. Let's stick with the point that I'm trying to make. Okay, this is you. So you believe that this is who you are. You believe your body, your story, your memories, your personality, your mind, your thoughts are who you are. But that isn't the case. You are. Why is this? This is consciousness. A consciousness doesn't look like that because it doesn't really look like anything. But for the sake of this, so that you can understand, this is what consciousness, okay? So consciousness is everywhere. Consciousness is the space in which your body is appearing. So right now, consciousness isn't localized within me, within my mind, within my body. Like, for example, if I close my eyes, right, and I listen to sounds, and then I think about, okay, who's listening? Like, who's listening? Like, these these comments that people are making, who is it? Who's making it? Who within you is making the comment? Who thought this thing that you're writing down? Do you ever ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? Am I my thoughts? Am I my body? Because how can you be the thing that you can observe? Like, for example, let's say I just had a thought, Priya, this is going really well. If I can observe that thought, there's a subject and there's an object, right? So there's something observing the thought because I can see the thought. Does that make sense? So Who's the thing? What's the thing observing the thought? If you are that which you could, like, you are everything. How can I word this? You're not the thing that if we removed, then you would cease to be. For example, let me put it this way. If we removed all thoughts from you, would you cease to be? No. If we removed all emotions from you, would you cease to be? No. If we removed your body, would you cease to be? Would your soul continue to live on or not? Sorry, let me just go through the... Ironically, that which heals the flesh isn't of the flesh. That's very true. Love heals. I love that. Do you know... Okay. Okay, I love that question, Neil Anderson. So it's like, if your hair falls, we always say that it's Priya's hair, but not Priya. Then who's Priya? Priya is a character that consciousness is experiencing itself through. I'm just a character. I'm like a video game. Life is like a video game. You know, when you play it and you choose a character, imagine if the character gained some sort of consciousness, right? It forgot that it was being played by someone, and it gained consciousness, and then it's like, wait, I'm playing this game, I'm going along with the script of the game, but wait, who am I? Who am I? That's why, like I said, asking yourself, who am I? Who really am I? Is a very powerful question, because what happens is it causes the mind to kind of have a mini breakdown, because it's like, whoa, okay, I thought I was Priya, I thought I was Indian, I thought I was 29, I thought I was a life coach, I thought I was this, I thought I was that, I thought I was someone who liked to go, I don't know, go on walks, I thought I was someone who likes the beach, I thought I was, but that's not who you are, you know? If the creator only, I don't know. The thing is, it depends who you identify as. So look, let's say this is me, okay? I can identify as this character called Priya. This is me. I was born here. I was born at this time. This is my star sign. I live here, blah, 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 blah. You know? That's the story of this avatar. Or I could identify as the absolute. This is the absolute. This is the truth. The truth is that which is the absolute, that which is unchanging. Consciousness is unchanging. Consciousness is fundamental. It's Brahma. It's the absolute. It's pure consciousness. It's awareness. That's who I truly am, you know? And when enlightened people live from that perspective, I'd say most of the time, it seems to experience internal things. I'm not love, no hate. I'm a window for these things. Yeah, love that. You are the essence of reality until the unreal enters your reality. Then you become unreal in abs. Okay, I don't know if I understand what that means. Do you know what? Okay. So, are we following with the whole like enlightenment thing and like the see the thing with this whole like we have I don't, to be honest, I'm not gonna go into the Jesus thing. What are my thoughts on Jesus? Great. Okay. Jesus was telling you how you can reach a state of Christhood, right? The Christ, you can activate the Christ within you That's what he was teaching you. That's so funny. Ghosts are right. Jesus ain't got shit to do with Indians in India. Waheguru. Asha? What? I'm sorry, what? That's so funny. Yeah, I saw that you said something. Thank you. I don't identify with any religion because I see past that. I'm not just a human being. Do you know, like, that's the whole point of this conversation. You're not your story. This person isn't Sikh, right? I mean, okay, this person may believe, oh, I'm Sikh, I'm Muslim, I'm Christian, but that's you playing this small character when this is who you are, you know? You're pure consciousness. That's so funny. You must do research which religion is the right one because God won't care about your excuses. It's straight to hell. God doesn't play. He's not a human. He should lie. What? It's really funny that you see, this is the thing. This is the whole propaganda, right? What kind of a God are you praying to? You're praying to the patriarchal, scary, aggressive, masculine God who's like, if you don't follow me, if you don't like me, if you don't sing my praises, that's it. Hell, I'm gonna burn you, you naughty girl. That's it, right? You know, it would really confuse me. Like, before I came into this path, I would say to my mom, okay, Mom, if I'm not of a particular religion, right? Let's say I'm not Muslim, okay? But I'm a good person. I love people. I'm honest. I'm kind. I'm compassionate. I'm giving. I take care of the community. I take care of myself. Do I go to hell? Just because I don't believe in a certain God? Is God going to punish me for that? Is God that narcissistic? Because what you're doing here is you're giving God very human characteristics. God is not a white man with a beard in the skies judging you. Okay? That's just what humans do. You're charming. Why, thank you. Okay. Does God what? Does God care the syllables of the name we call him or her or them? No, God doesn't. Yes, I heard Caesar. I actually listened to it. Bulaki Jane by someone else, right? God is very conveniently wants what the church. That's so pretty. God very conveniently wants what the church wants. How true is that? Wow, that's so funny. Hey, everybody, welcome. What do I believe in? Okay, let me tell you. I'm gonna ignore the comments for a bit, okay? I am loving awareness. Look, we'll go back to this again, okay? We'll go through it slowly. Look, I went through life thinking that this is all I am. Okay, let's ignore this bit. Okay, this was supposed to be pure consciousness. Am I not making it simple enough? Maybe not. Okay, let's put it, okay, I'm gonna put it in an example, okay? Let's hope that you get what it is. So, there are two people, okay? 1, 2, okay? This person is called person A, person B, that's gonna be like backwards. B, person A, person B. Person B, person A. Okay, so both of these people are playing a video game, okay? They're playing a VR, like a virtual reality game, Okay, they have their headsets on. So person A is playing the game, and person A is, you know, it's like Minecraft or something like that, or like Sims. It feels real. There are other characters. They're so immersed in this reality that it feels really real. So when something happens, like let's say they get into an accident and they can't walk, or like something happened to their leg, they get really emotional. They get really caught up in it. They're going through suffering, right? Because they think this is the only reality. They think it's real. Person B is playing a video game. They're playing a VR game, okay? And then this person sees things. It has a family, it has children, it has experiences. It goes through obstacles too. Let's say this person also had a car crash, right? And they broke their leg. The thing is, this person doesn't take it too seriously because they understand that this is just a game. That there's some wisdom to be found in what happened, that God orchestrates everything, that this is just a character they're playing. This isn't going to be them forever, right? Whereas this person believes that this is the true reality. They don't understand. Does that make sense? So this person understands that this isn't real. This isn't absolute. This is not the truth. I'm just playing a video game. It's going to end and it'll be fine. I don't have to take it so seriously. This person is taking it incredibly seriously. I'm just kind of hot, actually. Oh. What will happen if everyone follows no religion? I don't think anything bad would happen. The thing is, it depends. What are you doing? Religion is a plane, okay? Religion is a plane. Let's say you go on holiday, right? You're flying to Spain. You've always wanted to go to Spain. Spain feels like home. You've always dreamt of going to Spain. The plane gets you to Spain. You're so happy that you say, I want to stay on the plane. Chat's going crazy. I know. It's getting very. If you can't like delete all the comments, I'm just ignoring them. The ones that just seem to be kind of off track. So it's okay. You don't have to like delete every no thing. I've learned to like just ignore it, you know? So yeah, religion is the vehicle that gets you home, and home is God, and it's about getting home. It's about going you know, I look like I have psychic powers. We all do. We all have psychic powers. Maybe we don't look like we do. But yeah, religion is a plane, okay? Religion is like, okay, look, this is how you get there. It's providing you with a map on how to get home, to God, to your true self. What people do, they hold on to the plane. They're hugging the plane. I'm not leaving this plane. This plane is the only way. I'm glorifying the plane. The plane is amazing. Everybody should have been on my plane. Why are they taking a different plane? Why would you not fly with this plane? This plane is the right plane. But you're missing the point. It's about where the plane is taking you. The plane is taking you back to the realization that you are God. It's making you return inwards to your natural way of being. It's making you realize the truth. So why is it that you're sitting there hugging the plane, glamorizing the plane, worshipping the plane, when the plane was only meant to get you home? You're flying to Spain. What are you gonna do? You're not gonna leave the plane? You're not gonna get off and explore Spain? You know? You say a lot without saying anything. Oh, you know, that's is not 100% fact. That is your perception, right? And you can only understand what is within your perceptual capacity. So if you don't get it, maybe it's beyond that. As your awareness expands, who you are changes. If you look beyond lust, for example, you see women have beautiful souls as well. Exactly. I love that you've mentioned that. Like, you know, like I just said, like this individual just said, you're saying a lot, but you're not saying anything. But maybe it's because you're not understanding it. Maybe your awareness and your consciousness can't grasp it. For example, if I was speaking to a child right now, if I was telling a child, I don't know, what would be a good example? I'm trying to, like, if I'm trying to, you know, get a child to read, but the child hasn't even learned the alphabet, how will the child be like, what are you saying? I'm so confused. I don't get it. You don't make any sense. Yeah, it's because you don't understand the alphabet yet. You know? So rather than you know, ruling things out and saying, oh, I don't get it. It must be nonsense. It must be nonsense. I don't get it. But who are you? Who are you? You know, and it's not coming of like, I'm attacking you, but I'm coming from a way of like, question yourself. Where are you coming from? Is this your ego? Because your ego will think you know everything. I don't know everything. I'm just speaking off my experience. And the thing is, you get to decide whether you think that that feels true to you. I'm just speaking my truth, you know? And everybody's free to express their truth, and this is my truth. Like I said, you are the one who's responsible for discerning. But then also it's about keeping an open mind. Understanding and like having humility and understanding we don't know everything. That things could be different. Like the things I'm saying right now probably don't even make any sense. I guess I'm just like, it's ironic, you know? But yeah. You love, okay, thank you. I just go, what did I miss? Wait, do you think we are God? Yes, I do. There is only God. There is only God. Everything is God. God is in everything. God is in me. God is in you. God is in plants. God is in animals, in a rock, in this. Because you have to go back to what is God? Like, what does God mean to you? Who is God? I believe that you're Christian, right? The official David. You referenced Jesus. So there are many things, right, in the Bible. Like, for example, stay still. Like, one of the quotes that I love is, stay still and know that I'm God. Which is saying, remember that you are pure consciousness. Religion is faith without any hard evidence. See, faith within itself is having a belief without having to see something. Why are we so concerned about needing to see something to believe it? It's the opposite. Believe it and you'll see it. Because you're the creator. You're creating things. Like, for example, some people may come to this chat, right? Some people may come to this live and believe that I am chatting absolute nonsense. They believe it so much, they will see it. Everything, it will be confirmation bias, right? It's, oh my God, she's speaking absolute nonsense. What? Oh my God, what? Oh my God, what? Oh, she just said that. Oh, she just said that. And it's like, yeah, definitely nonsense. You know? Because you came with an assumption. You came with a pre-existing belief. Nonsense. You don't get it, right? So you will believe that and you will only see that. Whereas someone who comes here who's very open-minded, who's like, oh, okay, you know what? Let's see what she has to say. They might be like, oh, you know what? Maybe she's speaking a little bit of sense. Or maybe not. I don't know. We are the fingers of God. I love that. That's cool. You're open-minded. Okay, David, I love that. Being open-minded is the height of intelligence, right? My FB history. Wow. Wade just said, I'm my wealth, my wife, my car, my followers, my FB history. Your Facebook history, right? What have you been searching? You make some great points. Thank you. Thank you. Faith is evidence of what is not seen. This is what the Bible says. Exactly. You know, all of these holy scriptures, right? The Bible, the Sri Guru Granth Sahib, the Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad? The Gita? Let's just say the Gita. Why am I not? The Gita, the Torah. These are books that are telling you, look, this is, it's a manual, it's a map. This is the truth of life. This is how you get there. What we do as individuals, as humans with that book, says more about us than the book. The book is a tool, like social media is a tool. Instagram is a tool. You can either use it to further perpetuate and feed your insecurities, or you can use it to help you with your career, with your business. You are the person that dictates everything. You're the common denominator in everything. Someone tell me you care about me. You're cared for. You are infinitely cared for, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't. I look like I came out why? A 1995 Indian film. Okay. Hi, what is your purpose behind the reason why you speak? What gravitates you? Okay, what is the reason? This, I feel, you know, okay, I love that you asked that. Why do I do this? It's something I'm very passionate about. Yeah, I have fun doing it. I get into the flow state. It means I'm really in the present. I don't have a script. I don't study before I come onto these lives. You know, I don't do anything really. Of course, I like to learn things in my own time and sometimes bring that forward. But I enjoy it. That's why I do this. I enjoy it, and I think it's the life force. It's God moving through me. God speaks through me. God is always speaking. God is doing everything. You know, this isn't Priya. This is Shakti moving through me, using me. There's something that, let me tell you. Wait, let me get my notes. No, not this one. Okay. Look, everybody in life is always wondering what that purpose is, right? Let me tell you something. It's not about your purpose, but the purpose of existence through you. What does life want to use? What does God want to use you for? You know how Wade earlier, he said, we are God's fingers doing God's work. That's it. And God wants to express through me in this way because it feels aligned. It feels like it's what my heart wants. That's the important thing. Heeding your heart, heeding your expression, sharing with the world. I learned so much from people on this chat. I learned so much from other people when I read books, when I watch podcasts. They really expand my awareness, my like my knowledge, my wisdom, and I'm so grateful for them. They help my life, you know? They help me improve the quality of my life. And I get to do that. I get, like, me doing this, I get to do that for other people. I understand the value of that, the value of creating and sharing with the world, because I know how grateful I am for them. So it's not that I go about, it's not coming from my ego, but I know that I have medicine that the world needs. And if that sounds really egotistical, then let it be. I don't really care, you know? But that's it. Everybody has medicine. Everybody has a antidote, a something. They have a gift, and it's meant to be shared. Gifts are right? A gift is something that is shared, and we're all gifted in some way. We all have our own experiences, and it's about giving, because you're giving to yourself. You know, you give and you get, and you give and you get, and yeah. The absence of light is darkness. What is God? God is light, right? So how can everything be God if the absence of light is darkness? The Son wisely said there's something beyond free will. God is everything. God isn't just light. God is the darkness too. In fact, it's the cosmic womb. The cosmic womb. When you're in your mother's womb, it's dark, right? That is on a microscopic level. If we look at the macro level, it's the cosmic womb. Space, it's black, right? It's dark. It's the womb from which we were birthed, from the void, from the emptiness. Look, when we when we discern between light and darkness, a duality exists, and it's about Advaita, right? It's non-duality that is the truth. If all the holy books disappeared, then we would have to look for God in real life. It's true. We would just, infinite are the ways to his abode. The thing is, we came from God, right? God is our home. So we will always find a way. All religion started with one person who found a direct link to God, and they just tried to teach everybody. Like for example, Jesus. Christianity is based around Jesus, right? Jesus. Guru Nanak Ji, Sikhism. I'm not sure about Torah, but in Islam, I believe there is Prophet Muhammad was the last Muhammad, right? I mean, the last prophet, so maybe one of the first prophets. But it's usually one person who found a way to God, who's like, oh, y'all, I know the way, honey. That's it. And we just made it into this big, huge thing. How often am I live? I'm live often. I'm so glad that you like what I'm saying. The Bible isn't a book. It's a collection of 60. Most people don't. Okay. The Bible, prophecy, or Islam. I don't really read much into them, How do I know so much? Where do you acquire this wisdom? I like suffering. Suffering helps you get on the path of... Suffering helped me get on the path of a spiritual awakening, but I don't think it's necessary. I think it's about... I don't know. It's awakening. It's awakening from this sleeping state. It's awakening the consciousness within you. So I don't know whether it's God working through me, right? I don't know if it's the karma of my past lives that helped me get to this stage so quickly in my life. But I mean, the fact that you're here and you understand the value of this wisdom means that you're on the same thing, right? We are one. I have been created by your consciousness to come remind you of this truth. I'm not separate from you. That's where you seek truth. You want to see through illusions. You want to heal and love and teach and return. Does something painful make you spiritually inclined? Oh, yeah. I guess yeah, it did. Suffering. Suffering is the medicine. That's what they say in Sikhism, Okay. Everybody understands where butter comes from, right? You get milk and there's an agitation process. There's a churning. You get the milk and you keep churning and you get butter, you get ghee, you get makhan, right? You're agitating the milk. You're making it suffer to some extent. And then something beautiful comes out of it, right? Butter, ghee. So in life, suffering is the same thing. Suffering is churning you, right? The churning is the suffering in your life. And it's like, okay, we're going to sharpen you up. Think about it. A sword is sharpened by another sword, right? So if you want to be sharp, you have to allow yourself to be sharpened by something sharp. And that may look like suffering. That may look like a lot of problems. And the thing is, people who tend to go through a lot of like suffering, usually, when they're younger, very early on, it's because they are on a more, like what I've been told is usually they're on a more like an accelerated spiritual path, But suffering doesn't always have to be there. Some people just get there and they don't have to go through that, But it teaches us, because suffering means we're outside of our comfort zone. You can only learn when you're out of your comfort zone. Okay, I have one question to you. What if, at the official, what if Jesus comes again, a miracle worker? What are the odds people label him as a devil's worker and crucify him again in the rigid? I love that question, Weber. Love that. Darkness is what our senses cannot perceive. All space is vibrating. We just don't sense it. There is no true darkness, in my opinion. Okay. Which country is dark and which dark? What's your only Scorpio account? What? Sorry, am I really behind in the comments? Okay, I'm not kind of, okay, I'm okay, we're good. Have you ever heard of the story that Jesus spent many years in India learning from spiritual teachers? I have not heard that. Look, the thing is, we focus too much on the individual, okay? Like, for example, Jesus. What did Jesus teach? What did he really teach? He was teaching you to recognize, right? Recognize, to recognize, to remember, right? The thing that you already know. That's how you recognize something, because you already knew it and you're recognizing it. So he wants you to recognize your true reality. He's telling you, you can do this too. Right? But what have people done? Jesus will save me. Jesus is the only way. And you've externalized God. But he's saying, look within you, and you're like, no. Like, this makes me laugh. Like, for example, India, right, is a great example of this. Like, there was this movie called Oh My God. Some of you may have seen it. I don't know. It's got a Paresh Rawal in, right? It's a film about how there's this guy and he's an atheist and he doesn't believe in God. But India being the super religious country that it is, he gets into trouble because he owns a shop, and his shop is a religious shop that sells idols, religious idols, right? Gods, goddesses. An earthquake occurs, and it occurs in this area of town, but only his shop is damaged, right? Because he's like, I don't believe in God, whatever. Like, why are we going to the, like, his family is super religious, right? But he isn't. And then obviously the earthquake happens, and then his insurance won't pay out money, so he decides to take the insurance to court. And the insurance says, well, we don't pay for something that's a natural disaster, something caused by God. So he says, okay, well, God owes me. And they're like, what do you mean? So he's like, yeah, every institution that worships God owes me money because this is God's fault. So he takes God to court. And then eventually through the movie, what you see is that he wins the court case. He proves that, I can't remember what he proves. God actually comes in a form of like a friend, right? Like a person, and helps him out. And the point is, God exists, but we have placed God outside of us. So when we like worship an idol, it's not the idol itself. It's the feeling, it's the remembrance. Does that make sense? It's symbolic more than it's this physical idol that has God in it. Does that make sense? So in the end, you know what people start doing? The main character from the movie, they start worshipping him. You're God. You must be God. And it made me laugh because it's so typical. Someone who comes and teaches you the truth. Yeah, of course. I mean, in that movie, everybody is God, right? But you kind of make them into a cult leader. You're like, it's you. I have to follow you. But what about you? You have God within you. You have your own guru within you. You know? How can you tell that you're actually finding life difficult versus you just being stuck in your mind and body? Okay, well, the thing is, whenever you're stuck in the mind or the body, you will always find life difficult. Yeah, because there's a self that exists. There's an ego, right? I am my mind, I am my body. Okay, I need to take extra care of my body. I need to look good. I need to go to the gym. I need to eat well. I need to do this. Oh, someone said something about my body. Oh, you get super like anxious. You think you're your mind. So you have a thought, oh, I suck, and you believe it. You feel an emotion. I feel jealous. Oh my God, I just saw someone who has a six-pack and I don't have a six-pack. Oh my God, I feel really shit about myself now because I'm my body. This is all I am. It's very shallow thinking. You place too much emphasis on these things, on your thoughts, on your personality, on your mindset. when you glamorize one thing, like for example, let's say there's someone who goes around with the belief that they're intelligent. Let's say it's me, okay? An example. Let's say I go around the world, right? I go around life and I'm like, I'm an intelligent, my name is Priya and I'm intelligent. And then someone comes along and then they say a point, but I won't even listen to them because I believe I'm intelligent. I know everything. So that will create issues with me and that person, right? And I'll get annoyed and I'll seek out people who validate my intelligence. But that actually makes me I'm not very intelligent at all, right? Because the most intelligent person knows they know the least because there's so much to know. So when we hold on to an identity, to a character, that creates our suffering because that you're limited by that character. But when you understand, when you identify as pure consciousness, as God, as the ultimate awareness, Brahma, the Paramatma, everybody has an Atma, right? And that Atma is Paramatma too. It's a part of Paramatma. Mm. Mm. When you open the Bible, you will hear God's. I was always like this, obviously ignorant, so on. This is so wonderful. Your words are like my very thoughts. I can't quite word in a way that makes sense to say it. Thank you. She's definitely not Hindu. I'm not, because I'm pure consciousness. To say I'm Hindu would be limiting me. That's just the character you're playing, my friend. I'm Hindu, I'm Muslim, I'm here, I live here, I do this, what do you do? I drive this, what do you drive? I live here, I like eating Indian street food, what do you like? Like, that's not who you are, okay? Your infinite potential, your loving awareness, you are the ultimate. Wake up, wakey wakey, you know? You talk about connecting with the nervous system. I've been thinking about connecting with the sensory system as opposed to always looking out, turning within the breath and the movement within. AHMS Padina, how has that been for you? The body's a little girl. I often have to tell my body to shut up and get things done. The mind will chew on thoughts until you take its feet away. Without the self, the body and mind will run amok. Wow. We always stay in this world of our creation. When we look in, we can begin to deconstruct it. Yeah. I ask everyone to be non-religious. There is no one sitting and watching you from skies. It's true. The only reason that we believe that is due to patriarchy. It wasn't always like this. Patriarchal systems created a god figure that is male, that is mad, a god that is narcissistic, that has human emotions, that wants to punish you. Think about it this way. They say that God's love is unconditional. It's like no one else's love, right? You can never understand God's love. And then they always say that a parent's love is great. So let me tell you a story. There was this documentary I was watching, and the guy was a psychopath. And he was talking about his mom and the story of where he killed his sister. So he hated his mom and he wanted to really make her upset and hurt her. So what did he do? He said, I'm not gonna kill myself. Let me do something worse. Let me kill my sister and then I'll go to jail. And then she'll be really, really upset. She'll be torn to pieces. She'll be suffering. And you know the wild thing is, his mom would go to prison and visit him because she loves him, because that's unconditional love. She didn't say, oh my God, you've just ruined my entire life. You've just taken my daughter away from me, and you've just made me, I don't know if there's a word for, like, you've just taken away both of my children. You've killed my daughter, and now you're in jail. But she still had love for him. She didn't say, I'm gonna burn you in hell. I'm never gonna see you again. I don't want to see your face. You're awful. You're evil. You're Satan. You're the devil. You deserve to burn. She didn't judge him. She loved him. Because true love is without condition. So if God loves you only if you pray to God, or it's not, it's not about that. It's not about trying to appease God. It's more living through God. You know? My friends want you. Okay, has it been good? It's meditation that helps me so. Okay, I love that. What exactly is the point here? I don't like religiosity, but spirituality I follow. Okay, that's fine. Look, as long as you are, not that there is a condition, but I just find that life is easier lived and more fulfilling when you live with the truth, when you understand that you're spirit, you're not the body, you're not the mind, you're living from your soul, you're feeding the soul. I created a video and I said there are two types of people that tend to come onto this path. There are those who went through immense suffering, who had to step out of their comfort zone and find this, right? It was like their last hurrah, like, save me, And then there are those that have fulfilled all of their desires. Because what happens is, there are people who are just in their comfort zone. They don't leave their comfort zone. They're kind of cool. They're just like coasting by life. There's no great suffering happening. They're all right, They don't really become spiritual seekers. Whereas those people who have it all, they've completed their desires. They have the family, the home, the children, the career, and then they realize there's still something missing. What is it? They come onto this path, So they come onto this path because everybody has a natural inclination to this path, because it's the truth. It's who you are. Why are you here? Who are you? What's your purpose? Is that not an important question? Once you open your heart to someone, it may never close again, right? I think that's a good thing. I don't have a religion. The official David, what I would suggest is there's a book called One by Manly Konecki. It's called One, The Creator Within by Manly Konecki. Okay? Read that book. It brings together all of the religions and it takes away the one truth that all of them preach. They're all telling you one thing. It all can be made smaller. I don't know the word for, like, summed up by a few things. Are you a body and mind? Nope. They're between Islam, Hindu, and Christianity, there only has to be one that is true and the rest is false. Nope. Bye, Reen. Amazing. Dot me the way. I love it. We'll go with that. If something is from God, okay. Okay. If something is from God, it's no longer religion because it's true. I don't know. I need time out. I need some water. Water? But yeah, I hope that made sense. You know, the thing is, if this whole idea of God and religion gets a bit too complicated for you, it stresses you out, then you don't have to see it as that. You can just see it as, okay, how can I be more present in my life? How can I listen to what my heart is telling me? Because think about it this way, okay? Whether you believe in God or not, whether you're religious or not, whatever religion you have, I think we can all agree that there is an intelligence beyond us. Because tell me, did any of you consciously contribute to you growing up? Like, did you think about growing, like, did you make yourself bigger from a baby? Did you grow yourself from a baby to an adult? Was it conscious? Or did it just happen? Do you consciously breathe? Or does it just happen? Do you consciously pump blood around your body? Or does it just happen? It just happens, right? You don't do it consciously. None of your ancestors have done it. Your children won't do it. So what is it? What is this intelligence within us that does this? That does this for everybody. It does it for animals. It does it for plants. It helps trees. Trees have intelligence. So there's an intelligence that pervades and permeates everything in existence. So whatever you can call that whatever you want, but there's no denying it. And that existence wants to be acknowledged. If that is the existence that is existing, that is the existence, that is the intelligence that pervades the whole universe, right? Then if you can access that, then you have the power, unlimited power, infinite power. I mean, this is kind of the point of why I do these things. I want people to recognize the potential that lies within them. I want you to know that you are infinite potential, that you can be, do, or have anything you want in your life. That you are God, playing a video game, in this Leela, in this cosmic play. Because life is a playground. It's not a school, okay? I love this. This lady said this, you know, she said, it's not a school. It's a playground. A school is a system where they oppress you. They don't teach you shit. They make you think that having a good memory is intelligence. It's not. It's just having a good memory. It's just being able to regurgitate things out like a parrot. A parrot can do that. It can read, like you can tell it, teach it something and it'll say it back and it'll say it back. You know? A playground. It's about experiences. Like children, they play. Why do they play? What are they trying to do? Do they play a game because they're trying to win money? No. Are they playing a game to feel good, to look good? No, okay, maybe to feel good. But yeah, they're playing for the sake of playing. Because play is natural to us. Children act very naturally. Like that's the untainted version of a human being, a child. That's why they're so adorable. They're curious, they're joyful, they're playful, they're forgiving, they don't hold on to experiences, they feel light. As only as you grow older, you're worn down by things. You hold on to experiences, you no longer play. You take things way too seriously. That's why you're so depressed. Or you feel empty, or you feel lost. You know? What do I do for a living in the UK? I'm a life coach. I do this for a living. Arey yaar. I get that that's the issue with religion, but look, it's about your relationship with God, okay? It doesn't have to be through religion. Just how do you relate to the divinity within you? Just remember, once we die, we die. After it's a judgment, so pick your faith wisely. There is eternal hell and eternal paradise. Hey, David, if that makes you feel good, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Hell and heaven exist right now. How do you know what hell is? Unless you've experienced it, unless, you know, somewhere within yourself you are aware of what that may feel like. Some people are experiencing hell right now. And some people are in heaven. It's all right now. Everything's happening right now. There is no after world, like there's no heaven or hell, you know. Maybe there is. But if you believe there is, it probably is, you know. Will I marry Christian if I like it? It's funny. Just remember, guys, you know, the official David, just remember, guys, we're going to die. Choose your faith wisely, please. It sounds like fear, a lot of fear that you have. How funny is that people are from different religions are fighting for the God that they can't see. To be aware of the eternal movement is more than just being a part of this eternal movement. It's true. Cosmic consciousness experiment. Hi. Lichen? What's that in my head? It's just a clip. This whole like fighting for the gods thing, I get it. I get it, you know. I get the whole like, why are you fighting? Why are you claiming that my God is better than yours? Well, that's what I'm trying to say. The people are not a reflection of God itself. Does that make sense? Just make your own relationship with God if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't want to, you know? But I get it. I get it. I get it. Pain is what we are programmed to avoid and pleasure to seek. Heaven and hell, so cliche, true. Heaven and hell, if you can describe. True. Hell and heaven on a constitution. Wow, that's true. Heaven and hell are a concept created to instill fear in you. That's how they can control you. They say, oh, look, heaven and hell exist. You need to come here. You need to come to church every Sunday. You need to give us money. The priest is the way to God, you know. Jesus is the way, blah, 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 blah. Third eye activation is the Wi-Fi connection to create. I love that. Okay, my question is what you find this help because you say maybe. Someone pointing us type of. There's only one. Why are we so confused? Why do we think there's only one way to God? This whole like, do you not see how silly it is? My way to God is better than your way. Like, let people live, for God's sake, you know? Do you own God? How do you know what God is? Have you experienced God? Or do you just like talking about God, you know? Oh, they got a copyright. It's funny, it's funny. Look, if it works for you, it works for you, right? It's fine. Everybody's different. Like, it's like my car is better than your car. My car got me there. You know, like you've experienced God. Okay, nice. Can I write a book today and call it real? Isn't that the same as all the religious books? Your face is very symmetrical. Thank you. How can I call it real? No, pray Lord, someone has read the book and read two cutthroats, I guess not. No, pray Lord, someone has read the book and read two cutthroats. It's wild. It's wild what people do in the name of God. Am I a ninja? Yes. I identify as a ninja. That's what I do in my spare time. I'm starting to get a headache. I think it might be time for me to say peace out. Yeah, I am. Okay. Thank you everybody for contributing to this conversation. Thank you, Weber, for being a moderator and answering everybody's questions. Yeah. Thank you everybody for being here. Hopefully see you soon. Namaskar. Take care. Bye-bye.